late start this morning, but I needed the rest. So I'm coming up here in my sewing room, and what I'm doing right now, you can see a little bit of it, is I'm cleaning up just a little bit while we'll wait on some folks, and then we'll talk about my work in progress. Good morning, Melanie, Debbie, Deb, and Andrea. I'm gonna keep moving stuff around. How many of all of us have a mess in our sewing room right now? I'm raising my hand. I can't get away from these cats. I'm gonna tell you. I cleaned up a little bit, and I think I was supposed to put another row to the cat thing, the cat panel / quilt, whatever you want to call it, because I just found 2 more squares. So my guess is that I was supposed to have another row. So now I have 2 squares. I just found all this. So I just resurrected some of the squares I put away in my scrap system, and I'm gonna make 2 more cheese and platter. They look like this. So I'm gonna make 2 more of these. Maybe not today, but yeah, that's what happens when you clean. This is why it's important to have a clean room. Let's see. Yes, I do. I'm making some blocks using 2.5 squares with 6.5 inch with 6.5 inch inside blocks. Well, I'm today. I don't know. It's just everything is blown up. And yesterday I was so sore. I did go to work. Good morning, Barb. I went to work, but I don't think that was necessarily the smartest idea to do. But I did it. I made through. But boy, I came home and I was so sore. There was nothing happening. I made a mushroom shallot quiche. And I had for dinner a piece of that quiche and some shrimp cocktail. I just defrosted some cooked shrimp. And oh good, I could see much better. And then this morning, I actually did get up early. I got up super early, but my body wasn't cooperating. It didn't want to get out of bed. It was sore. So I just decided, well, it's telling me something. I stayed in bed. You should see the bruise. Nasty, nasty, nasty. I put arnica on it last night, and what I had decided to do was I laid down longer, and then I took a shower this morning, cleaned the affected areas, and stuck arnica on it. Sounds good. Haven't had that in years. Yes, quiche. Yeah, so I'm having a slow morning. But I did do some cutting last night. Not that long. Really didn't, because this arm really is hurting. So, but I got a lot of my, this quilt that we're going to make if you want to follow along with me. This Cherry's Jubilee. I have this, are 4.5 inch squares. So I went ahead and cut them. Those are for the cherries. And I said I wasn't going to use this But I had this exact size strip for the stems. The stem strip was 2.5 inch square. So I had enough of this and I figured, you know, you're not going to really see too much of this. You're only going to see about 1/4 of this whole square, 1/4 inch. And then for the leaves, I just went right to my scrap system. And for the leaves, we need 3-inch squares. So I just went to my 3-inch square bucket and I looked for green leaf fabric color, like some green to use for leaves. I found a lot of this. And do you know I was only short 1 square? I needed 26 squares and all I had was 25. So then I had to rethink it. And I'm going to now need 18 of these and 8 of these. And you'll see how I lay it out. But these were already cut. So I took that right out of my scrap system. I probably could have gone into my scrap system and found some assorted color browns and used those, 26 of those. So if you do some kind of scrap system, you can just actually go in there. I said that after I cut these 4.5 from my Valentine's scraps, I said I could have just gone in my 4.5-inch, drawer and probably grabbed out what I needed. So I did that. And then the hearts. So the hearts is a thing. The hearts, I reworked the math. The way they have you cut the hearts is 3 by 8.5, 4.5 by 8.5, and then 2.5 by 4.5. But when you look at the construction of the block, do you see how we sew this to this? So in my mind, if I added these two totals and did a flip and stitch instead of making HSTs, I can streamline this faster. Yes, I'm going to have a bonus HST, but I'm going to use those bonus ones. They're in my scrap system. And so I did that for most of my scraps. But then I had scraps that I didn't have a piece that was wide enough or big enough. So then, I hope I'm not confusing anyone. So half of them I did the way I thought. And then half of them I cut the way they said, because I wanted to maximize the use of my scraps. But I didn't cut any background, but I did find background. I was looking in all my stuff and I came across it says 2 1/8. We need 2 1/8 yards of a background. So I had gotten from this year's Advent box A, my soft squares box A, last day was a generous 2-yard cut of like a white background, confetti cotton. So I measured it and it was just a little over 2 yards, maybe 2 yards and 2 inches. And I figured, you know what? I looked at the pattern and I was trying to see where the rest of the white went. And there's like a little inner border here. And you know what I thought? I thought if I have enough, great. If I don't, no biggie. So I'm going with that 2-yard cut. So I'm pretty much almost ready to work on this. I just haven't cut the background. I laid in bed last night because I unpicked all the bottoms of these. So I've unpicked them all and I will add my squares to them. Again, I have not cut, this is the background for it. I've not cut it up yet. So that still needs to get done. And when I was cleaning it, I came across my cookies from the Ginger Quilter. It says, 2 good gourmet sugar cookies. I'm your biggest fan. So I'm going to have these because I'm kind of a little hungry. Not that you should be eating cookies for breakfast. I don't recommend eating cookies for breakfast. But I'm going to have that with my tea. And this company doesn't know, I guess. And I found in my little tea stash that my daughter left me was something called Hibiscus Glow. Hibiscus, rosehip, cinnamon, and cherry. And they're called tea drops, and they're caffeine free. So it looks like a Tums that you drop in your water. But now all this, the tea cinnamon is at the bottom, so I have to get a spoon. So that's something new for me to try. These are all the things that happen in my sewing room. Let me put this in here. This is a knee lift, which I keep forgetting the machine has. Or when I press it, I think I'm going to make my machine go when I realize that this is not the machine that does that. All those cutoffs. So do you recall I cut off all like these cutoffs between this project and a couple others, and I had them in a separate bin, in this bin here, which is empty now. I cleaned that last night because my art teacher came to me and she is doing a project based on tar quilts, right? Tar Beach. It's a quilt. It's a book. It's a fabulous children's book. And so the kiddos, I've got denim, and I'm going to donate all this denim to her. We'll cut it. Oh, I should see if she wants me to cut it up. I probably should cut it up. I won't bring it to school today. I'm going to see if she wants me to cut it up in squares. And they're going to recreate their own quilts. And so I took all my triangle cutoffs and everything. And so that's all going to good use. And what else did I, that's it really. This morning I'm taking it easy. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Joe. So how is everyone doing this morning? Getting ready for the big storm. We're going to have a big storm. It's going to be an ice event. I'm going to go and grab a spoon. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a spoon for this tea. Oh, and turn on my iron. So that I can iron something. I'll let you know how this tea is. Let's see. It's very cinnamony. It's interesting. Very cinnamony. Wow, that's strong. All right. If anybody ever wonders, underneath when you see me throwing stuff in there, I have a little trash that clearly needs to be emptied out. So I'm going to put that here so I could start the day because that's overflowing. Yesterday I had things on my feet as I was trying to sew. So where to even begin? Let's move this over to here. And I'm trying to get things. So I think I need to put squares that are marked squares on the bottom of this, honestly, because everyone is going in a different direction and I've already made way too many mistakes on this quilt. So I'm going to gather these up. Who on here is going to do a Cherry's Jubilee quilt out of their scraps or their stash? Anyone thinking about making a quick Valentine's Day type of quilt? Yeah, we were supposed to get the ice storm tonight and early tomorrow. All right, I'm going to put this up here. And my long arm awaits. But look, I'm actually done. I did a good dent in cleaning up what I need to clean up. This is so bad. I am not supposed to be eating this first thing in the morning. Look at them. I'll try one. I'll let you know how it tastes. Let's see. They smell good. Oh my, OMG. Oh my. Don't read the nutritional facts. Nothing really bad in here. There's not like, I can pronounce all the ingredients. It's like your normal stuff. But I've got to tell you the serving size. Serving per, oh, sorry. I read that wrong. I thought it was 2 cookies. I thought 2 of these cookies were 120 calories. I was like, whoa. No. There's 2 servings in this whole package. That's funny. For a second there, right? I was like, what did they put in here? I think I'll just have 2 cookies though. I've got a couple of Valentine's quilts. Don't need another. But that doesn't look like one. That doesn't look like one with the apples. Okay. That was good. But they were super sweet. Very super sweet. It was more sugarier than buttery. But it is a sugar cookie, so that's what it's supposed to be. All right, so I'm going to come on over here. And I'm going to take this. We're going to cut. I'll move you over here. This is what I ironed this. That's for the Cherries Jubilee. And let me move that. And I'm going to assume those are 2.5 inch. Oh, never mind. We're not going to discuss what I'm assuming right now. It's not my pattern, so I can't assume anything. Let's see. I'm making the throw, and then here's the background. So let's see. Yep. All right. So I need a ton of these. How many do I need to cut of that? So I need wow, it doesn't tell me. Well, we can 14, because I have done one. 14 times 4 is 1656, right? I think it's 56. Right, 4 and 4 is 16, and 4 and 1 is 5, so 56. Okay, so I have to cut 56 2.5 inch pieces. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing. I need to cut 54 pieces. These lives can get you in trouble. These lives can definitely get you in trouble. But it is a jelly roll pattern. So in my defense. And that isn't the number of them because I made some ahead of time. All right, so I'm going to cut here an unspecified strip. And then I'm going to cut, for my purposes, this is not the number you need in the pattern because already I've made some of these, but I need more of these squares. So, and according to this, let's see. I don't know what to say. It's fine. We'll figure it out. We're going to say, let's see. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. So I can get 8 in one. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I can get 8, 16. So I need to cut a couple more of these. And being that everything is cut ahead of time, so really you can probably streamline this with a little bit of yardage. And do they make background jelly rolls? I don't know. I don't buy many jelly rolls. They make background. No tattling. You will never tell me. Okay. So, all right. So we're going to go with this. This may be enough, may not be. I may have to cut more, but I didn't iron this more. So we're going to go up to where I ironed. I don't know if we'll even get that far today since I had a late start this morning. All right, so here we are. Now I have to put this somewhere else because it's 2 different whites. I don't want to confuse my whites. All right, so here we are. I am going to cut 3 layers high. I'm going for it. And I'll tell you what else I'm going to do. So I'm going to show you a little, well, actually, I'm going to go 3 deep, and I'll show you. So I'm going to come in here and line these strips, 2 of these strips up with the selvage on this end, and I'm going to line it up on that line. Then I'm going to take these 2, line it up on the next line, right? And then I'm going to take this and iron this because this is horrible. And then I'm going to take that and put that over here on another line. And then I'm going to get my stripology ruler. Which I keep right here. And I'm going to put that right on here. And so I'm going to line one of my lines on my stripology across the top. Then it goes across here and it goes across here. So I know I'm all good. So now I'm going to bring this though down just so that I can clear the selvages. And then I'm going to use the symbol, because this symbol is on here for the size I need. So I don't even need to use my little arrows. Here we are. And this, let's see, if I open this up, this, if I trim it down, could be a 2-inch square. So I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to pick up all my squares here. And bring them over. And we're just going to start flipping. Yep, I think I've got everything. Let's see. I just got slotted ruler after watching Leanna. So awesome. Oh, great. Joe just got a, yes, I'm telling you, this thing is fabulous. I wish GE Designs would see me using it all the time on my life. Maybe gift me the other sizes so I could use those. All right, so here we are. We are going to go ahead. I'm going to turn on this one here. And in this case, I would use the bigger one. I don't know what I did with my bigger sandpaper board. Oh, here it is. Right here. I'm going to use the bigger one. And I'm going to see what I just have a feeling like I'm going to do something. You know, when you get that feeling you're going to mess something up. And after ripping all that yesterday, ooh. So a little trick on when I went to Houston, I paid full price for my Stripology roller. But the best way to go is if like Lynn, she has some of these. I don't know if she still has them in her shop, but when she has like her sale on her notions, I don't know, but they may be on there. I don't know if Carmen sells them, but like Missouri Star, all those companies that sell them, they have sales. So maybe you just wait until the percentage. Again, I went with the Giant XL one because I do so much strip piecing. So I went ahead and took this big one today because I'm going to do a bunch of them. I'm going to try to do one without it being marked and then do one with it being marked. I just have had some bad luck with this quilt. I don't know why. I really don't. It's very simple. It's straightforward and simple. But I was getting all my angles wrong. As Jenny would say, I must be angly challenged. All right, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to take one of these now. And we're going to go for it. So I'm going to look up here on my board. I have one that was made. A link for what? Good morning, Bernice. But okay. Well, Melanie, you can go and they have those June Taylor ones. How I bought mine was through Joann's. Maybe before they close, use a coupon and get it. Oh, that was nice. All right, so the first one here, we need this to go down. So I'm going to put my, so this definitely is going to be interesting. We're going to put this here. This is a good time to actually use, you could use glue and glue the one side down. But the thing is, these cutoffs actually are going to go to the students because we're using it for that Tar Beach quilt. So I will not be gluing anything. I was going to glue it. That would be so fast last night if I could have glued them, but I want the kiddos to quilt. They're going to not like quilt for real. They're just going to cut and, well, paste these on, these shapes that the art teacher and I will be prepping. I'm excited. I think she does this every year with them. She was just asking me what I do about starch. And I said how they took the starch away from all of us Stayflow took the starch away from us. And she had some, but when I told her what she had to do, she's like, no, do you have another idea to make things stiffer? And I'm like, yes, I have some denim. I don't need any expensive for what I do. Less expensive, better, and works great. All right, so here we go. So I put this down. I think I'm going to have to, right? Because this is going to go down. That's going to make, yeah. So let's see. How are we going to do this? If I go here, I may be able to like skip the thread and then go right next to the other one instead of cutting the thread. Let's see, I'm going to bring you closer so you could see my madness and see if this works. I honestly don't know if it's going to work. So I have a leader in, so that is always helpful. Every time I sit in this chair is when I remember I need to oil it. Excuse me. All right, so this is going to go down. So I have to go a smidge here. Okay. Now I'm going to pull this open. Remember that I have the knee lift because I forgot that before. So then come here. Let's see if this works. So now you've seen me fix a lot of things. So now you really know the truth. All right, so now I'm going to take one of my leaders and enders, and if you recall that, look, that's already going in this scrap quilt. Now let me pull. Now this is a slow process because, of course, I can't really chainsaw how I think I want to chainsaw. And let's see. And I'm not cutting anything off because I don't even know. So this one has to come down. And then this one, I have to cut the string in between. This one comes down this way. This one goes down this way. All right, not too bad, not fabulous, but it'll do. So now I'm going to come in here. This would have been much easier if I would have caught this earlier. My mistake was, I'll tell you my mistake. I will even show you my mistake. And this is why we should read our patterns instead of thinking pictures will tell the story. So when I was refreshing my memory about this quilt, and even though the front looks like this, right? Oh, I can't show you the, oh, yeah. Let's see, okay. I was looking at a picture that looked like this, and it doesn't show the cutoffs. And so that's what happened with me. I was like, that's not what the picture, and then I looked back, I was like, oh no, that's just a picture to kind of show us like how the layout is, not how to actually put it together. And if I would have read the directions instead of relying on pictures, I would have caught that. All right, so now we have all those done. So now we're going to come in here and come in and fix each one, which means I'm going to probably have a whole nother quilt, all quilted, all done up in squares while I'm doing this, right? Because I don't have my other machine, which would help me. So this is tedious, is what this is. I may have to revert to just using one piece of fabric and not sew these together like this, just because that's going to take forever. Here we go. So you see, it is possible. It is possible to fix. And now we have it, and then it's ready for the next step. So I would recommend reading. Okay, let's see. In words of Bob Ross, no mistakes, just happy accidents. You may have invented something new. Well, I was thinking that yesterday, but I was laying in bed. There was nothing else I could have done. I really was, as one would say, shot out. I was shot out yesterday. I was just not feeling it. So let me try one now without it being marked for me. And let's see how this goes. So I went like this and like this. Yeah, I do love this pattern. So I had opted, as much as I had so much anguish about it, I had opted that I was going to fix it. And now I'm going to put another one, and then maybe I don't have to. Maybe I'm overthinking this, because this would go much faster if I don't have to mark each one of these. I think I could do it. And actually doing it this way, where I kind of alternate here. It's a little bit of a pain, but at least I don't have to cut thread so much. And I feel like I'm chain sewing. Some of these, I think I could have ripped them a little bit more. Some of them are tight right to. All right, so we now our second one. Now we have our third one. Good morning, Annette. Good morning, Giovanna. So here we are. It's 6:30. It's early, but this is some tedious sewing. So I remember now I have to go this way and that way. I have to keep reminding myself that. So don't do anything crazy. So I went ahead and ripped out the bottoms, and now I'm throwing in these squares at the bottom. I'm not making bonus HSTs out of them. I am donating them to the art teacher for a project we're doing. We're actually doing a lot of collaborative projects. Now that she knows I love arts and crafts and I'm a very crafty and a quilter, because I'm bringing in the quilts for the kids, we have been collaborating. She is awesome. She really is awesome. These kids love art. They love it. She gives them so much free range. It's definitely not a cookie cutter situation going on in that art class. And how I know is because I go to art on Mondays. I myself go to art class on Mondays. I think I may want to be in art all day long, but I go to art class on Mondays. And so this thing that I'm working on with the Tar Beach quilt that we talked about yesterday, that's for future. But right now with my kiddos in my class, she's come up with this wonderful project, and it involves the help of someone sewing up to finish it up. And I'm ecstatic. I can't wait to work on it. The kids painted on fabric on Monday and they dried beautifully. So more to come. I told her she should start her own YouTube channel. So here, wants to fight with me. Some of these want to fight with me. Also yesterday, Fat Quarter Shop dropped a new pattern idea, a shortcut pattern. And it reminds me a little bit of the Charms on Point, kind of a little bit, that Jenny did on Missouri Star. And we made one of those for the lap quilts. Well, yesterday when I watched that video, of course I wanted to stop all this and be the squirrel of like, oh, let me go over here, or the chipmunk. And I wanted to sew up one of those shortcut quilts yesterday with some of my leftover layer cakes, or a layer cake that was given to me by one of you all. And I was so excited to do it. But then I talked myself out of it because I have too many things out. Leanna, is it like a beach themed quilt? They were popular years ago. The beach theme quilt. What? The quilt that she dropped, the shortcut quilt you're talking about? What was that? The thing I'm talking about was Fat Quarter Shop dropped on Tuesday. They normally drop or repost a video. And it was just sewing up layer cakes together and then just chopping it up and resewing it back together. My art teacher uses Square Art. You can order quilt blocks and sew up a quilt with the students' blocks. So neat. Oh, that's cool. Never heard of that. Good morning, Kathleen. I've painted with kids on fabric using acrylic paint and also fabric paint. Loved every minute of it. Yes, that's what we were. We were playing. Good morning, Teresa. Yes, I saw that, but it was a very small quilt. Yes, it was. You're right. But you can always make it bigger. Where are your cards and questions, Leanne? Okay. Oh, you were talking about the art teacher project? Okay, so the art teacher project has to do with weather, atmospheric, like what we see in the sky, right? When we all look up in the sky, we look at clouds, and clouds have, believe it or not, right, different colors. they have different shapes, right? A lot of us are at the beach looking at the clouds when we're sunning ourselves and think, what does the cloud look like? So it's a cloud project, and it's just so cool. She just has a very imaginative mind. And they started on a white piece of fabric to imagine what their cloud would be like. And we're going to stuff them and sew them together, just so that they have 3 dimension to them. So it's really cool. It's cool. I cannot wait. Here we are. The cards. Yes, the cards. The cards are coming. I don't want to read this because this will... I have a fear of a chimney fire, and this is about a chimney fire. But I should read the answer. Okay, that's not possible. Their answer is not possible. The good news is my son, he's always at chimney fires, so he knows what to do. Hopefully it never happens, but I've been told. We've done that one. Oh, this one's interesting. How to waterproof matches. A, dip candle wax on the matches heads. B, store matches in a Ziploc bag. Or C, store matches in a container filled with salt. Good morning, Lori. We are fixing our boo-boos. See, I got the legs off. Hopefully I don't remake some boo-boo. We have C, A, and B. We're across the board. Oh, I didn't seam rip enough on this one. B, we're back to A. Good morning, Bernice. I think I said that, right? If I didn't, good morning. If I didn't say good morning to you, I apologize. Sometimes this chat goes pretty quick. So this one here, I needed to seam rip a little bit more. All right. So the answer is A, dip candle wax on the matches heads. I had no clue. So I guess when we go hiking again, and we all go into the Amazon or hiking somewhere crazy again, or go to the desert, make sure we get a bunch of candles and we dip the heads in wax. All right, here we go. So this is actually important, how to administer the Heimlich maneuver on yourself. Okay. A, while standing, bend over and swiftly jam your knee into your abdomen. B, strike yourself just below the center of your rib cage with your fist. Or C, hurl yourself against a log or table edge, or targeting the area of your abdomen just below your ribs. We have lots of C's, lots of C's. Okay, that went that way, and that went that way. Oh, I did this one wrong. Did I do this one wrong? Yes. And that is why I knew I was going to do it. It was just a matter of when I was going to do it. That's right. This one's wrong. That is if you still have strength to do it. Can't get my knee up my chest. So what I've seen, the correct answer is C. So they're right. Hurl yourself against a log or a table edge. But lately, I took a class and like a safety class, and they said to get a chair and hurl yourself on that. And you could do all that using a hard chair with a hard top. Deb's right. All right. So I already seen rip that. So what needs to happen is this goes here. It needs to go up this way and then out the other way. So today, I think today or tomorrow, my packages should be coming so that I can go ahead and try to fix my 403s or Rocketeers so that I can do zigzag and figure out if I can install the cam better. So that was the Heimlich remove. Heimlich maneuver. I want to say movement. I don't know why. Okay. So, how to proceed if your windshield wipers fail in a storm. How to proceed if your windshield wipers fail in a storm. And I've got a story to tell you because this actually did happen. I have a story to tell. And it just says in a storm. It doesn't tell me if it's a, snowstorm or anything like that. It just says a storm. So A, tie one end of pantyhose. Here we go again with the pantyhose. Tie one end of pantyhose or a string of rubber bands to both wipers. Tie the other end to the side mirror. Pull on the end to manually operate the wipers. B, turn the defrost to cold and turn it on high. Or C, slowly pour antifreeze from the radiator over the windshield. I'll die by chair. So there's a book called Tar Beach. It's about a quilt. It's a quilting kid story. And it's really like G. Ben's. It's like kind of the quilting is like G. Ben style, or it is considered G. Ben style. And so the kids are going, we read that book, or not me, but the teacher will read that book, and then each kid will be able to make their own Tar Beach quilt. It's little, it's going to be tiny. So all my cutoffs, I only keep cutoffs from a 3-inch square and up. The other cutoffs I keep for school purposes. And then all my other stuff goes to doggy beds. They'll probably use, I don't know how she's going to have them do it. I'm just supplying the stuff. How are you going to get antifreeze out of the cart? Well, that's a good question. Probably you have to use the enema tubing that we all carry around. I have no idea. Oh, I'm going to run out of bobbin. My machine is making that funny noise again. Oh, and you know what else? It hasn't been oiled. It should be oiled every couple of days. Hi, Molly. And that is, oh, and that is of you find the pantyhose. That's right. Because here we go with the pantyhose again. I wonder if there's a trademark of what year this game was. I don't have any. Oh, here. 2001. 19, and then it says 1999. I guess we're still wearing pantyhose back then. I don't remember where. I thought pantyhose went out in the early 90s, late 80s. No pantyhose. The welcome. All right, so the right answer is A. Tie one end of pantyhose. So you got to take off your pantyhose if you're wearing pantyhose, okay? Because now you're in the car. So imagine this, you're stuck, you're taking off these pantyhose. Because who has a string of rubber bands laying around? Again, who has pantyhose on both ends of the wipers. Then tip the other end, tie the other end to the side mirrors, and then pull on the end to manually operate the wipers. I don't know if that's possible. Are they flexible like that they can do that? I don't seem that they are. Maybe in older cars. But anyway, so my wiper stories, this actually did happen to me. And no, I did not use pantyhose. And no, I did not have rubber bands. There was just a lot of prayer going on in the car. Lots of prayer. Because not only were my wipers not working, but the lights of the car were very dim. Meaning that we don't know what happened, but basically it was like one of the headlights was working, but was only working if you put on, when you click them so that you could see more, whatever that's called. The regular lights weren't working, only when you click that button to see more. So only one though worked. And so this is a scenario here. My mom had gotten into, I'm not going to tell her stuff. So basically I had to go to Puerto Rico, okay? I had to go to Puerto Rico and make sure everything was fine and tend to some things. And I had to get there fast. So my honey and I booked a flight that same day. And the only flight we could find to get into Puerto Rico was not Aguadilla, which is the one we normally do. It wasn't to go to San Juan. So we took that flight because I had to be in Puerto Rico. We took that flight into San Juan, which is about a 2.5-hour drive to the house. And it was, what time was it? I think we got in at 3:30. By the time you got luggage, it was maybe about 4 in the morning. And we get the rental car because now I had to rent a car, right? Because she's not able to pick us up. She's incapacitated. And, whoops. Hold on. I need that. And I don't know. All right. So, long story short, we get the rental car. That was a nightmare. When we got there and started the rental car, it said there was something wrong with the lights. So we told the gentleman and he's like, no, it's fine. Just drive with the brights. Okay. I said, we won't get pulled over. He's like, no, just drive with the brights. So he says, because if not, you have to wait until tomorrow because we don't have any cars. That is our last car. And he did have a waiting room of people waiting on cars. We had a reservation. So that was our choice. And I had to get, right, from A to B. So here we decide to do this. Well, we're driving and it is really dark. And we are going back roads, like really back roads. Because, so in Puerto Rico, you pay for this expressway pass or you take the back roads. We didn't have an expressway pass, and I didn't pay the rental car company for expressway pass because we only needed it one direction, and the expressway pass was literally highway robbery. So what we did was we took the back roads. And we thought, well, that would be better anyway, right? Because there'll be more lights and less people on the road at freaking 4 a.m. in the morning. So now we're driving, and I actually had we were at some parts that were so dark. I took my cell phone, turned it around, and put on the flashlight with my arm hanging out and my cell phone light going forward. If you can only imagine, it was crazy. Well, when I went to go get the cell phone together to get the flashlight because Michelle's like, can we get any more light out there? We see a roach. Yes, a roach. Now the car has got roaches in it, and they're crawling, and I'm freaking out because I do not like roaches. And so now we got roaches in the car. It's dark. We have one bright headlight working, and we were crawling. We were crawling, praying and crawling. Light out. Now all of a sudden, it starts pouring. And I don't know if you've seen any of my reels of it when it rains in Puerto Rico. Because when it rains, it pours. It is raining cats, dogs, cows, horses, chickens, and everything because it comes down. Streets get crazily flooded. So now I have to bring the phone in because it's raining. There's roaches. It's raining. The light situation is a situation. We got water on the ground, and now our windshields the windshield wipers don't work. Nope. We tried. We even went out to try to, nope, they would not work. And it is coming down, and I had to get to that spot, and I needed to get home. I had to get there, at least by the morning. So we just inched our way and inched our way and inched our way till we made it on back roads. Thank goodness we really were the only people on the road. And then, it's that morning. The good news is, right, we drove and the sun came up and we were still driving. And that early morning, well, we drove through neighborhoods, and all you could hear was roosters. So we went from neighborhood to neighborhood with the sun starting to come up, listening to roosters on our entire ride to the house. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun times. So we finally made it to the house. My grandmother was there because she's been waiting on us. She was by herself and hysterical. And so I calmed her down. And mostly I needed to get there so that my grandmother wasn't by herself. So, yeah. So the next morning, I called that rental company. And I said, you need to find me a car, like another car, because I can't continue driving this car. And they had a car dealer, in Aguadilla Airport. So they said, well, you'll have to take the car over there and see if you can switch it out. So then we tried to go and switch it out, and they had no car. The manager was so apologetic. She says, I can't even believe that they let you leave there at that other, branch. He was so shocked. But he says, I don't have a car for you. So the best thing I can do is I could have my mechanic fix your lights so you have working operating lights. And then he says, but I don't have any windshield wipers. So he says, I can make an appointment and you can go and get them fixed at like AutoZone or something. He literally AutoZone. So he sent us to AutoZone in Puerto Rico. And we went to the AutoZone and we waited there forever for them to fix that. And then they wanted us to pay them at the AutoZone. We're like, oh, heck no, that wasn't happening. So I called the car company, And I don't know, they had a discussion with him and then we left. We didn't have to end up paying. But boy, what a fiasco that was. And yes, we ended up having to use that car for the amount of time. It wasn't a long trip because, you know, my mom got out, everything was fine. And so I don't think we were even there for 4 or 5 days. But yes, and then when the guy said for roaches, you'll just have to bomb the car. So when we got the windshield wipers working, um, we then went and bought Raid and sprayed the car with Raid, and used my mom's. Well, we couldn't use her car that she had. I don't know, what did we do? I don't remember what we did, but we had to do something. We didn't. I know. Oh, we probably did it at night. That's right. We sprayed the Raid at night and just left the windows open to air out the car. But yeah, that was an incredible thing. And then when it came to the bill, we had booked it through Expedia. Do you know that Expedia did nothing for us? I tried everything. They absolutely were very unhelpful. They, to this day, they still never done anything about it. They said you have to deal with the car dealer. And so basically it was a learning lesson and we got nothing for it. I had pictures. I took pictures of everything. I took pictures of the roaches. I took pictures of the car. I took pictures of everything not working. I logged everything. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. I did everything. I even went to my credit card company to put a stop on the payment because I thought this was wrong. And we went back and forth. Like, honestly, with Expedia, we went back and forth, and Expedia won. They won. I had to pay it because they said that they provided a service and the service was rendered. And I said, how can that be? How can that service be rendered? That was a horrible experience in service. And apparently it doesn't matter because I had a car. It could have been worse. They said I could have not. I don't know. But I ended up having to pay for that whole crazy thing. So this time around, my honey, because we haven't had to rent a car since, because we've been using my mom's. She has two, so now she has two. So we just use hers. And in any case, so this trip we were renting, and my husband goes, please, let's not try to rent me a a roach infested hoopty this time. So yeah, but we don't have to do that because my mom gifted us one of the cars. So for our use when we're there, well, now it's ours. So when we go, we have a car and it's, it'll get you from A to B. So that was the good news. And I don't know why you needed that whole story this morning over this one car, but I'm going to tell you that was my worst case scenario. I lived that worst case scenario. Okay, so I'm going to read some other stuff that I have. I think that we're here. I need a visual. I know. Please tell me. It will sit under a bridge with. I will sit under a bridge with Giovanna. That sounds too MacGyver-ish to me. High beams. That's it. I always used to keep my fishing poles and tackle box in my car, so I would use fishing line. Oh, that's a good idea. I would have sued the rental company. I tried everything, Giovanna. I cannot believe to this day that my credit card company thought that, and I sent them, my credit card company, everything, the pictures and everything. And the ladies, when they took that, they were like, oh my God. Oh, they were all like, oh, you should have no problem. You should have no problem. But when the final decision ended and they won their case, it was because it was a service that was rendered and the service was completed. I would have chose to run there. Like in Kenya, sheets of rain, no way to see the road, even with the wipers. Sounds like the time I was in Jamaica. That's a hot roaches coral. Yes. Oh my God, I was freaking out. I was so happy to hear the roosters and the sun come up because I knew they would all hide. Oh, good morning, Chloe. Okay, yes, you go get those kiddos up for school. Good morning, Jamie. All right, so there's my story on that. Now, here we go. How to recognize a reaction to a harvester ant's sting. I don't know what a harvester ant is. A, symptoms include alternate, throbbing soreness and numbing at the site of the sting. B, symptoms include a spreading rash at the site of the sting. Or C, symptoms include an itchy, cloudy, white blister at the site of the sting. Are harvester ants what I call fire ants then? I say that because one of those choices happens to me when I get bit by a fire ant. Oh, I should have put on a smock. Look at this. I'm going to go to school a hot mess in my sweatshirt. And yes, I'm wearing my sweatshirt. It is cold today. We have a lot of C's. Lots of C's. We'll see how many of these I'll have to unpick. So far, it's been, what, 1 or 2? So those of you who are just tuning in, so remember I had said I had made a mistake on these, and I had decided that I would unpick the bottoms and flip and stitch my mistake and not reinvent something new, that I was actually going to do it. And I did. And now, believe it or not, I'm almost done getting all the flip and stitches on here. And then all I have to do is come back in and re-sew down the seams. All hope is not lost with the giant mistake I made. Good morning, Catherine. No honey to keep you warm. Having another person in the house makes the house warmer. Yeah, well, I don't have anxiety as far as like being in my house alone or anything, but I don't know what's going on with me. It's like I'm on edge. I'm on edge, put it that way. Like I'll just wake up in the middle of the night and be like, edge, which is weird because, you know, that's not me. But I don't know, maybe with my age I'm getting more on edge with my safety in my own home. I don't know, it's weird. I mean, I've stayed in Puerto Rico by myself, and in areas where I'm not even like gone camping by myself. I don't know why this go around I have a little bit of more anxiety. I try not to watch anything that would give me anxiety, but I'm definitely a ball of nerves. I think that's why I'm not even sleeping well. Oh, I know. I know that, Giovanna. All right, so there. I have them all, right? Yes, because this is the one that I fixed, and I sewed this one already. So now I can go ahead on this. So is an harvester ant bee, an harvester ant, what I call red ants, because the answer is C. Symptoms include an itchy, cloudy, white blister at the site of the sting. So when I get bitten by fire ants in Puerto Rico, I have all these little, like, white little things all over me. So that's my guess. All right, here we are. So I guess I didn't need all these. So I have a whole lot of these. So hopefully I can use them somewhere else. Maybe I will have enough of that white there that I could use maybe on this other project I'm working on. Totally got that math wrong. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need some of those squares to do the top, actually. No, I won't, because I'm looking at it now. It's a different size. Oh, well. I have a whole bunch of unspecific size squares. All right, here we go. We're going to go with one at a time. Felix. Good morning, Felix. Hello from a small town in California. Cool channel. Oh, thank you. All right, so we've done that. Let's go to our next question. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Good morning. We're at the 7 o'clock show. Okay, here we are. How to preserve a severed toe for reattachment. I'm not making this up. I don't know how we severed it, but we've severed it. And I don't have a story to go with that, with that one. So, A, put the toe back in place, wrap it tightly with sterile gauze, and go to the hospital. B, pack the toe in ice and go to the nearest hospital. Or C, put the toe in a container of cold water and go to the nearest hospital. Again, you may not want to go on vacation with me because clearly we're having a bumming time. We have C, we have B's. Oh, I have to, what am I doing? I have to cut all this. We have C. B, that is if it is cut off completely. Oh, I can't even think about that kind of stuff. Freaks me out. All right, we're gonna move on from the toe fascination. So anyone out there with any kind of toe fascination, we're done with this question. The anxiety is probably after the fall. The subconsciousness is thinking you may fall again and you are alone. Yeah, that is constantly going. How to open a restaurant that can operate 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. Exactly. So good morning, Rhonda. So the answer is pack B, pack the toe in ice and go to the nearest hospital. All right. Here we go. That 007, he always gets us in trouble. Or could it be someone else? It doesn't always have to be 007. Who's out there that's also a MacGyver's out there, right? Who was Tom Selleck? Tom Selleck was in some kind of thing. Magnum PI, that's what it was. Okay, well, we were with one of them, and now we got tied up. Yes, we got tied up. And I don't know who tied us up, but we're all tied up. Magnum PI, yep. Good morning, Nikki. So this is the scenario. We are tied up. Don't ask me where, because they may be inappropriate. But we are tied up, and we need to escape. How to escape when you're tied up? A, if you're bound with cloth rope, wear it anyway with your fingertips. Wear it anyway. Wear it away with your fingertips. B, when being bound, take a deep breath, pull your shoulders back, and flex your arms and legs to expand your body. Wiggle free once you are alone. C, flip on your side and bend your knees to your feet behind you. Use your hands to untie your feet. We had lots of patients do that, and the digit wasn't salvageable because of the ice being too cold. Well, not only did we lose a toe, but now we're all tied up. B. We have a B. We have a B. We have multiple B's. Okay, so that's good. One at a time, we will get it done. So we're at B. So the question, I personally would stay tied, as there's no way I can escape. Okay, so Giovanna is staying tied up. Is your mechanic coming over? So let's see. Michelle, good morning, everyone. Can't stay long, but I gave the thumbs up. I'll watch later. Not a problem. So the answer is B. I will read that again because I'm still trying to wrap my mind on how to do that. When being bound, take a deep breath, pull your shoulders back, and flex your arms and legs to expand your body. Wiggle free once you are alone. That's the right answer. All righty. Next question. All right, ready? Oh, we're not eating this again, are we? Okay. How to survive a kidnapping. A, if rescue is imminent, resist the kidnappers in every way possible. B, do not attempt to escape on your own. Wait for rescuers. Or C, do whatever your captors say without argument and communicate that you want to stay alive. Oh, no, I have to do this part. All right. Mr. Salty, you have a brown chihuahua. Good morning. This is a quilting show, just saying. As long as we're respectful, we welcome you to stay. We get a little wild here, but it's all good. It's all in good fun. C, don't get kidnapped. That's D. That's a choice that we don't have on there. I'm actually a little bit, I don't know. I'm a little bit torn of their answer to this because there's a lot of different ways what this could go down, right? All right, so the answer B and C. So there's like all three of these could be ways, but their answer is C. Do whatever your captor says without argument and communicate that you want to stay alive. Mr. Salty, do you have a name? Well, clearly he's salty and we're all spicy, so I don't know what his name is. How to eat a frog. Now, I actually know this because going to the CIA taught me a whole lot of stuff, right? So I've cooked a frog or two before, needless to say. Ew, I know, Nikki. I didn't eat it. I just cook it. Okay? I just cook it. But you know, the French love their frog legs. The French love their frog legs. So we cook those in the French room. But I think that's a thing down south too, I think, right? Louisiana and all them. All right, so I'll need to get off the live soon, but don't forget to hit the thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Absolutely. Please subscribe. I haven't eaten frog legs. Oh, I have eaten frog legs. They're good fried. They say they taste like chicken. I take their word. So how to eat a frog. A, skin it, cook it, and eat the whole thing. B, eat only the legs. The rest of the frog contains toxins that may cause nausea and headaches. Or C, boil the frog, discard its intestines, and consume the rest. We've got a lot of bees going on. Lots of bees. And yes, if you're wondering, I'm fixing a quilting catastrophe that happened here. Are you keeping those triangles? Yes. Well, I'm not going to keep them. I'm keeping them for school, for the kiddos, for their Tar Beach quilt that they're making. I'm not using them as bonus HSTs because this is the deal. I don't really keep bonus HSTs unless it's cut off of a 3-inch square-ish kind of thing. 2.5, I just save because I always bring them in for the kiddos to use. They design their own little things. It's quite cute. You can use them as leaders in it. Yes, and which I did yesterday. I was using some of them, and not that I haven't done that before. I have lots of bonus HSTs that are about 2 inches. It's just that right now I would have to cut these, right? Because I actually have to take fabric and cut fabric into squares and triangles for the kiddos. So now I'm one step further. I went through all my piles and grabbed all the triangles I had so that I don't now have to go cutting triangles out of good yardage because I have them all. Good morning, Linda. Good morning. So you'll be shocked by the answer. The answer is A, skin it, cook it, and eat the whole thing. So yes, we eat frog's legs, right? Just the legs here. But the whole body is, for the most part, edible. I mean, I've never eaten a leg, a frog, a body, but the whole thing is edible. That's a great recycling technique. Yeah, exactly. Everything that is made pretty much with that is a recycled situation. She does a lot of recycling. You should, oh, I'm going to take pictures. So you know the bolts, you know, our fabric goes on bolts and the little cardboard part inside. She got those and either from Joann's or somewhere. And she had the kids design houses and they were great. She cut some in like thirds, some in half, some whole ones, and these kids designed their own house using the cardboard insert, right, of our bolt. I love that. I loved it. You should just see the amazing recycling stuff she does. Still, ew, they don't taste like chicken to me. Well, I've never tasted one, so I never had the desire, even though I had to cook one, you know. It's kind of crazy. All right, here we are. Let's go to the next thing. We did that one. Let's see what the worst case scenario. Let's put how to eat tree bark. Wow, we're eating a lot of things today. How to eat tree bark. A, rub the tree and collect the dust that falls from it. Then boil the dust for at least an hour. B, only the bark of oak and pine trees is edible. Salt and then dry the bark before eating it. C, the lightly colored layer of the inner bark can be eaten raw or cooked. So I've never cooked that. So I don't know. Bye, Zaza. Gotta go. You have a wonderful day, Bernice. Yesterday when I fed my chickens, I did call my son. I said, okay, I'm heading out. Mom's heading out to feed the chickens. And then called him when I came back in the house. C, we have a lot of C's. Oh, wait, I have to cut this. So the answer is C. The answer is the lightly colored layer of the inner bark can be eaten raw or cooked. How to deal with an outbreak of the bubonic plague. How to deal with an outbreak of the bubonic plague. A, Do not panic. The disease will only be spread through highly intimate contact. B, all people in face-to-face contact with the victim should take antibiotics and monitor body temperatures. C, all people in contact with the victim during the incubation period of the disease should be quarantined and treated as though they have the disease. He's just close by. I was here last night. Oops. Isn't that what cinnamon comes from? Yes. Yes, cinnamon comes from tree bark. But nowadays, I guess some tree barks are full of lead and then the cinnamon is no good. So, and I love cinnamon. I douse everything with cinnamon. But this stuff is really cinnamony. I don't know if I'm having too much. We have a lot of C's. So I'm coming in here and cutting like all the little connecting spots when I try to chainsaw this. C. Mr. Salty wants to keep us all in good spirits here. Oh, I thought you left the house, actually. Oh, you have to make your ginger tea, Giovanna? Well, you have a good day. So the answer is how to deal with an outbreak of the plague. And so the answer is B. We have a lot of C's out there, believe it or not, but it's B. All people in face-to-face contact with the victim should take antibiotics and monitor body temps. All right, let's see. What is the card going to be? We've got some here. I did that one. So how to get water from cactus. Good morning, Aisha. How are you doing? How to get water from a cactus. A, squeeze the moisture from the pulp directly into your mouth. B, eat the pulp since it contains most of the water. Or C, pluck the topmost thorn from the cactus, turn it upside down, and suck on it. Those are your choices. I can't believe this is going to take me most of the morning to fix my mistake. I could have had 2 5-yard quilts already quilted in this time. Not really, but I hate when I make a mistake like this. I didn't have to fix it, but I wanted to fix it. I have 4 more that I have to continue this thing with. B, we have a lot of B. We have a C. We have a B. Fixes do take longer than putting the quilt together. They sure do. And then you just sit there aggravated at yourself, or at least I do. Like, this could have been preventable. Really could have been. So we have a lot of B's. I cannot believe, and 1 C. Wait till you see. Nikki, you're sucking on those thorns on the cactus? I think I'd be afraid to. You should make a solar still, as they are heavy in alkali, if I'm thirsty enough. All right, so let me tell you all, for all those that are going to be very thirsty, and you're in the desert, right? And you're going to need cactus water. The correct answer is A. Squeeze the moisture from the pulp directly into your mouth. So you're basically I mean, I would think you could suck on the cactus pulp versus sucking on a thorn, but hey, the right answer is squeezing the moisture from the pulp directly into your mouth. All right, how to fend off a shark. Ready? A, make repeated quick, sharp jabs in the eyes or gills. B, punch or kick it in the nose. Or C, grab a hold of one or both pectoral fins. We got some bees. Lots of bees. Lots of bees. I actually know, I knew the right answer for this one, because when they had that shark outbreak thing going on in Cape Cod, and I was down there in the news, it kept telling you what to do if you encounter them. Stop moving in the water. I'm ironing these first because I'm afraid that I will cut something I shouldn't have cut. Lots of bees. We have a hive. Don't know. I'm not going anywhere near sharks. Deb, you don't want to go into shark-infested waters? So the answer is actually A. No way. The answer is actually A. So they say if you are like at Cape Cod, they said if you happen to be in the water, you spot a shark and you're in there and it grabs a hold of you or your leg. Hi, Anita from Australia. You are to kick it in the eyes or the gills. Apparently, if you kick it in the eyes and the gills, they will flee. So, I mean, I didn't hear about the gills, but I definitely heard about the eyes. You just want to poke them in their eyes. And again, I'm using lip balm and not the side of my nose for this purpose. Actually, they don't like the taste of human meat. We are lunch. Oh, we are lunch for the shark. So, I mean, that's the only reason I knew about it, because I was there when all these shark attacks were happening. Okay, but now this is great, because now after you've kicked it in the eyes and the gills, you really knocked it out, right? So here, how to select and eat shark for dinner. So after we just did all that, now we're eating the shark for dinner. A, only small sharks under 1 foot long are suitable for eating. Keep the shark out of the water for a half hour to ensure that it is dead. B, only catch a shark that is less than 3 feet long. Knock it out and stuff an oar down its throat. Consider it unsafe until its head is removed. Or C, any size shark is okay to catch as long as your boat is 50% longer than the length of the shark. We have C's, we have an A thrown in there. We have a C. I'm on my last one that oh, that one is already done. So, okay, so I just need to cut this off because I didn't cut these off. And this is my last one that I've done this part to. So now all I have to do is sew them back together, the tail ends here where I unpicked. Go for the smaller shark. No sharks here. Who has eaten sharks? Not me. But I think it's a popular food to eat. I feel like that's a popular food, right? And sushi and all kinds of things. I think it is. All right, so here we go. I ironed all that, so now that I have 1,000,001 of these things on me, we are going to start sewing. I'm with you, Aisha. I have in Kenya with very big ones. I caught one about 3 feet long. We used to eat shark, but called it something else. Mako? I've tried shark, not a fan, same as frog legs. It's oily. I think it's oily. I think I've tried it too, but I think it's oily. I think it's an oily fish. I've eaten it cooked. I don't think I've eaten it raw. Okay, so the answer is, ready? Good morning, Regina, is B. Only catch a shark that is less than 3 feet long. Knock it out and stuff an oar down its throat. Consider it unsafe until its head is removed. All right, so how to decode the merchant marine signal of 6 short blasts followed by 1 long blast. Oh, look, I didn't do this one. Of course I didn't. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, I'll do this last. There was one missing, hiding in the corner over there. It is on the menu of many Galveston restaurants, but I have never tried it. All right, so to decode the marine signal of 6 short blasts followed by 1 long blast. A, this means battle stations. B, man lifeboat stations. Or C, abandoned ship. We have CQ in Morse code, B and C. We have more C's. If you're cruising, should you know this? I've never been on a cruise, but if you're cruising, should you know this? I don't know. This might be a helpful thing to know. We have another B. All right, so it is B. This means man lifeboat stations. Man lifeboat stations. That's what that means. All right, so let's go on to these cards here. Ready? Okay, we're going straight into the new school questions. Ready? What is the name? Oh, we did that, but then Hogwarts. So what was the name of the wizarding school in Harry Potter? It was Hogwarts. Okay, Beyonce was a member of what girl group? Beyonce was a member of what girl group? I've been on a few cruises, and next year I'm cruising out of Puerto Rico. Ooh, so Nikki, if I'm in Puerto Rico, You should let me know when you're going to visit Puerto Rico. I know, though, that's leaving out of San Juan. Don't rent a car out of San... No, I'm just joking. You know, you don't see much of Puerto Rico when you go to those cruises that leave out of Puerto Rico. You really got to be there for a little bit and venture out of San Juan. Destiny's Child, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Destiny's Child. Melanie, B. What's B? Oh, are you? Oh, maybe your Melanie might be a little bit on a lag. So the answer is Destiny's Child. I did know that. Destiny's Child. It says, which was formed in 1990. Oh, here we go. Who won the first season of Survivor? Talking about survival games. Who won the first season of Survivor? That's funny that was a question. Me personally, I like the show, what is it called? Amazing Race. I love Amazing Race. I don't know if that's still on or if that's a thing anymore, but I do love it. I used to love. I think it was Rudy. No idea. I forgot his name, but isn't he dead now? Ooh. Yo. Those are... So I know what he looks like, and I can picture him, but I don't remember his name either. So Richard Hatch. Richard Hatch, who not long after was convicted of tax evasion. Should have paid those taxes on those winnings. Who had a wardrobe malfunction at the 2004 Super Bowl? Who had a wardrobe malfunction? I know. This one I know. Good morning, Quilting Frog. I made it. I love Amazing Race. Waiting for the next season. Me too. Janet Jackson. That's what I would say too. I think it was Janet myself. I will take your word. So Janet Jackson, care of Justin Timberlake, known as Nipplegate. What? Am I reading that right? Janet Jackson, care of Justin Timberlake, known as Nipplegate. Okay, whatever. That was a little too much. I didn't know there was a whole saga with it. I just remember it being on TV. All right. Old school. We're going old school. Ready? Oh, no, we talked about the fuzz. We talked about psyching someone out. Okay. If you were said to be bogarting something, what were you doing? If you were said to be bogarting something, what were you doing? We were eating frogs. I don't know. So I don't know what you would be doing if you were bogarting. take more than you should, hogging it. He gave her coverage. Oh, he gave her coverage. Okay. I don't know. I don't either. I don't know what like the, like why they would even calling it bogarting it. Like, did Bogart do something that he would have something named after? I mean, I believe there was an actor, right? Making fun of something. All right, I don't know. So we're going to read. It says, keeping it all to yourself, usually a joint. Like Humphrey Bogart's signature dangling cigarette. Okay, so that's the answer. Keeping it all to yourself, usually a joint. Didn't know about that. Maybe that was a 70s thing. Okay, in what year did Marvin Gaye, I Heard It Through the Grapevine? What year did Marvin Gaye, I Heard It Through the Grapevine? I don't know. In what year did Marvin Gaye, I Heard It Through the Grapevine? I feel like that question is not completed. In what year did Marvin Gaye, I Heard It Through the Grapevine? I think it should say come out or something. I don't know. That's an incomplete question. In 1974, 72, 70s. Giovanna has no idea. I don't know. I know the song. I heard it through the grapevine, but and then I'm gonna lose my mind or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I guess in the 60s. 1978. Oh, well, the choices were A, 1960, B, 1968, or C, 1963. Maybe I didn't read the choices. I'm sorry. They actually gave us choices this time. Normally, we don't get choices. Now the song is playing in my hand. Woo hoo hoo hoo. We have a B. I picture the Raisins dancing, late 60s. So the answer is B, 1968. Ready? Old school still. What term, the term gnarly meant what? The term gnarly meant what? I have no choices. Now I'm thinking about this project, and if all honesty, if the real honest truth is, if I didn't do this on this live, this may have been a UFO. I might have just been so ticked off and wrapped it in a thing and put it in that closet, and it would have maybe been a UFO. But being that I did this live, I am being held to task, which is good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I feel most people's UFOs are projects that went by the wayside and you just don't want to deal with it anymore. Gnarly, cool. I was small, cool. So I think of something as gnarly. Isn't it like rad? Like it's cool. Yeah. Like I think that's it too, right? Or it could be disgusting. Gnarly could be something gross. let's see. It is very cool and impressive, groovy. It changed. Some use it as cool and some use it as gross. That's what I thought. Was it not a UFO already? No, Giovanna, it wasn't. I started this in this summer and I've been working on it slowly. I just decided that I just wanted to, I'm having a whip it challenge right now. So to me, if it's a whip it, if I'm whipping it good, it's because it's been done within the year. If it's over a year and it's in that closet there, that's a UFO. That means somewhere along the line, something went wrong with this quilt and I've had enough of it and I just stick it over there. So everybody has their different interpretations, what a whip is and what a UFO is, right? So anyway, when a person was out to lunch, what did that mean? Old school. When a person was out to lunch, what does that mean? There we go. Taking a nap, clueless. I have never said gnarly or rad. Not thinking, taking a nap. Oh, I already cut all those, so they just needed to be ironed. Bats in their bell fry. Not all there. Bats in the bell. I need to do this or else I can't include this in the chain. See? And this is why I don't cut things, because I totally got this one wrong. Or this is why I've been ironing and not cutting. So this one here is wrong. So I have to come in and jack rip this one. Not all there, burnt. Yeah, it's like burnt toast. Exactly. So they are very confused and slow-witted. All right, new school. What actor portrays Captain Jack Sparrow? I don't know even who is Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh, yes. I think I know. I'm not sure if I do, but I think I know. But yes. Okay, so I do. It's Johnny Depp. I think it's Johnny Depp too. That's Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Jack Sparrow. All right, so this has to go the other way. And if I would have cut that, I would have totally then really be having lots of words to say. All right. Yep, I think we are all on the same path of that. Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp. Is Justin Bieber a millennial? Is Justin Bieber a millennial? Let's see. Here's this thing. And now I should be right. Yep. Yes, yes. He was awesome in that movie. Yes. Good morning, Loretta. Only just. All right. I think he's a Gen Z. So Justin Bieber, I have no idea. At 26 years old, he just barely makes the cut. So they didn't really give us an answer. All right, new school. What well-known TV show takes place in Westeros? Westeros. Oh, that's right. I thought that was it. Westeros. Pretty popular TV show. No clue. We have a lot of no clues. Westeros. No one out there? Wow, I knew this one. But I was a big fan of this show. It's a show on, I'm going to give you some clues. It's a show on HBO. I think it became one of HBO's top shows of all time. Westeros. No, it's a made-up place. Okay, we'll say that. Westeros is a made-up place. What well-known TV show takes place in Westeros? Meaning that in that TV show, Westeros was a place. I do not have HBO, so no clue. Okay, never heard of it. Okay, so next clue, HBO. House of Dragons. House of Dragons. The House of Dragons. Something with dragons. Really? No. No one. It's a big popular book. Lots of people read this book and then they turned it into this show. And then now we have a prequel to this show called House of Dragons. Oh, I like that show. Okay. Well, Nikki likes the show. It's very, yes, that's it. Games of Thrones. Games of Thrones. So it says Games of Thrones, which aired on HBO in 2011. New School. What Netflix series starring Millie Bobby Brown began in 2016? I have no clue. What Netflix series starring Millie Bobby Brown began in 2016? I will have to go and see if I can get it. We need to be respectful on this channel. This is a quilting channel and we have fun and play games. But we all work hard here. Stranger Things. Stranger Things. Yep, that's it. Ready? Name one article of clothing Mark Zuckerberg helped to propagate. Propagate. Name one article of clothing Mark Zuckerberg helped to propagate. Listen, dude, I work more jobs than you probably could even ever work in your life in a day. I thought he was the Facebook guy, not clothing. Yeah, me too. So I have no idea what Mark Zuckerberg was doing. But he did start this fad. I will say, I just read the answer. He did start this fad amongst the youngs. I'm watching. Thank you, Deb. A hoodie. Yep, it's a white t-shirt and a hoodie, a gray hoodie. I guess he started that fad. What 18-year-old singer cleaned up at the 2020 Grammys with 4 major category wins? Or this person is, it could be Deb. I'm getting the reminder that it's time for me to get off. So this person may be doing me a favor because they know I work, and I need to stop having all this fun with you all and go to work because I actually just looked at the time over there and it is time for me to go, so that I can go to work. So I guess I should be thankful because I do need to get off to go to work. So thank you. Maybe they were being respectful. Maybe they were trying to hint, because they're right, because my honey's not here today to remind me that I need to be going to work. All right, so because I've actually all dressed up ready for work, I'm going to do this last, I only have this last 3 and these last 3 mini seams, so we're going to go with it. Who says quilting is not a job? Right. Like I said, I work so many jobs, I don't even know if I'm going left or right half the time. Between all my working jobs and all my side hustles, I'm always working. Only time I'm not working is when I'm sleeping. Taylor Swift, or is she older? She's older. Swift. I actually don't know. It is, Billie Eilish. I don't really know anything about her. Billie Eilish. All right, I'm on my, well, no, I've got 2 more. No, I don't. This one's done, right? Yeah, this one's, oh, no, it's not. It's got one more little tail. Okay, we're going back to old school. Charlie's golden ticket gave him a chance to go where? Charlie's golden ticket gave him a chance to go where? Good morning, Anna. Not to mention housework and your chickens and other farm duties. Yeah, I'm farming and working all the time. Hershey Factory, the chocolate factory, Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, the factory, Polar Express. And I think it's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I really do. It is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Here, what does the phrase sit on it mean? What does the phrase sit on it mean? Oh, here's one that didn't get. Wouldn't it be funny if Honey was that person? I could see him doing something like that, going incognito. Incognito. think about it. Shut up, deal with it. Keep it to yourself. That's done. I'm making sure they're all done so I know that I've left in a good place. Some things are maybe not lined up how I would like them to line up, but I don't care. Because it's either this or it's going to be in the UFO pile. All right, so we have them all fixed now. See, they're all fixed now. And this last one, I've just got to do one more seam and I should be good. Let me grab this. Look at this. This fabric is, I made the whole nursery set for my daughter in this fabric. She's going to be 30. And I still have, look at this. I still found some. Isn't that funny? I made a whole nursery set. Her blanket. There was curtains. I did bumper pads. That is funny. That's why I like going through scraps, because they bring you some really cool memories. I'm off topic, but you know what? That was kind of super sweet to see that this morning. No UFO pile. So the sit on it is an insult that would be the equivalent to telling someone to shut up, made popular by the Happy Days TV show. There we go, the Happy Days TV show. All right, so let me go ahead and put this last seam in and take, you know what, I should have kept this. But, and look, this fabric was thin. I must have been broke. I'm feeling it now. It's like really super thin. All right. Here we are. I just finished my last one. I have plenty of time. There we are. So, we want to see the finished quilt. Well, you will, because I'm still here. I'm trudging through it. I hope I have enough white, because I made a mistake and cut way too many of those unspecified size blocks, but we will keep going with it. Are you feeling better? I am. I'm feeling better. I think that right now, I think it's more like, I don't know. It's quiet. I like to sew with a lot of noise around me, and so it's quiet. I'm fine. I need to sleep better, that's all. We want to, yeah. Anyway, I do have to run. So thank you to that one that said, don't you work? Work? Yes. I do need a lint roller. I have one. I bought one, so I've got it over there. It's like a sticky one. So everyone have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Pass it forward. If you wouldn't mind, on your way out, clicking the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever you want to click there. Please like, subscribe, and share. I will try to get to the comments. I apologize. I know I'm off the wayside about that. I take full responsibility and blame. So anyway, I am going to go today, read through them all. I'm going to give you all, I'm going to love your comments. And I will try to respond to most of them. I apologize. There's no rhyme or reason except for that I don't know. I've been injured and in a funk. So it is what it is. But everyone take care. I will see you. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Thursday. Oh, tomorrow we might even have a day off of school or a 2-hour delay. I don't know. I'll see you. Take care. We're going to continue working on this wish. Here it is. And then hopefully this could be done. I'm over this quilt already. So hopefully I can get this done and work on the one Valentine's Day quilt that I want to make. So anyway, take care. Bye.